What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Fulham series, where today we are playing against Bolton, and I'm keen to keep this video today a lot shorter than episode 2, which was pushing 20 minutes, and it took me a bloody age to render and upload to YouTube. So today I'm going to try and keep it a lot quicker. I've got a stopwatch going to try and keep me, so I know how long this thing's going. So we're going to get straight into it, and we're going to go straight to the schedule to see what's happened since the previous episode against Reading, and things have not gone as positively as the first month went. We drew against Reading, obviously 2-2, with Ross McCormack scoring and Hindman scoring. And then we lost against Nottingham Forest 3-1. Woodrow got a goal, which was good because it means he's continued his. I think he was like 6-6 at this point. But we did lose the game 3-1 away from home. We did have a lot of shots, but we just didn't take our chances, I guess. Was the main thing, I guess, the main lesson. Then we drew 1-1 at home with Blackburn, with Jack Grealish scoring. But to be honest, in both the Blackburn and the Forest game, we were very, very poor. We should have done a lot better. Possibly a draw against Forest. We should have probably tried. Well, we didn't deserve to win because we didn't take our chances, but that's what I'd have liked to have got, a draw potentially. Obviously, because I don't think we could have won, but a draw. Blackburn, we should have beat Blackburn. We were very poor. Sloppy goal. The two centre backs sort of crossed and missed the ball. I was watching it in the 2D Classic, so I can't see exactly what happened, but it looked like the two centre backs sort of crossed, the ball sort of floated over the top of them, went through, and I think it was Jordan Rhodes went through and scored the goal. Then we played Preston in the Capital One Cup and beat them 4-2 with a complete rotation again. So we are through in the Cup, and we're going to play Burnley coming up soon. Next month, is it? Next month? Yeah, next month we're going to play Burnley at home. So potentially could get a win against the Premier League team, would be a good scalp. But we did win the game. Fotherington had a really good game from the midfield. He got a rating of 9 in that one. Then we just played Birmingham and drew 1-1 away from home. Again, I'm not really disappointed about a draw away from home. If we can draw our away games and win our home games, ultimately this season I'll be very happy. So far we've won 1 at home. What was drawn? 1 drawn. We need to. So today we're playing against Bolton, who are actually 23rd in the table. So I'm hoping for a win today. So we'll just look at the table just before we start today's game. So we see we are currently sitting in 11th, and we've scored, God, how many goals? We scored 16 goals, but conceded 13. So just like I was saying, we will score the goals, but we'll still concede goals. But it's a case of trying to outscore our opponents, because as I said to you before, what I've found on this year's game is that if you try to defend, you will still concede the goals. I've found it. Well, in my experience, I still concede goals, but I don't score goals. So by overloading, which is bold, which is brave, we are still going to concede goals, but we're going to try and outscore our opponents. We're going to do everything we can to outscore them. But today, we're going with Corrali in goal, the Greek left back whose name I'm not going to try and say, Fernando and Bodorov at the back, another player I'm not going to try and say his name as the fullback, Scott Parker, Roberts, Hindman, Williams, Grealish and Woodrow. To start for us today, Neil Dans. I know who Neil Dans is. Jay Spearing. I'm actually scouting Jay Spearing. I might put him on the vote. Wheater, Bogdan, Lee Chung Yong. I know him. Is it Joe Mason or James Mason? Is it Joe Mason? I know who he is. I know who pretty much all of their players are. I don't follow Bolton at all, and yet I know who a lot of their players. 23rd on the table. We should get a result today, but I wouldn't hold my breath, given the way our form has gone so far this season. With regards to voting, I'm not sure if I'm going to have a poll in this one either. Because it's difficult, because I wanted to do a poll, but maybe we'll have like one poll for January, because I've not got the money to go out and buy multiple players who we vote for. Jack Grealish, finish it? No? Finish it? No, almost. Good effort, good positive start, 3 minutes in. Corner. No, can't get ahead to it. Hindman's he's been brilliant so far for us. He's been a really solid player. Bodorov, can we get anything going? Roberts, we've actually put into the team today. Normally he's attacking midfielder, but that was not good at all. Normally he's attacking midfielder, but I put him in the centre of the midfield. But it's still an advanced playmaker sort of role, so hopefully he'll push on into that role for us. Overall though, disappointing month. Certainly compared to the first month. But compared to the first month, we were never going to continue that. Please don't mess up, Fernando. Please don't mess up. Williams, Roberts, Hindman, Grealish, Cross it in. Goal. Woodrow. Oh, he's offside. Really, Grealish was offside. That's happened a few times. We've scored some good goals that have been offside. I remember Woodrow scored a goal in the other game, a couple of games ago, and it was disallowed. So I lost my train of thought earlier. I was saying about Lee Chung-young scored 1-0. We're losing at home to a team that's second bottom in the table. Brilliant, nice work, boys. Can we please get a goal back? So as I was saying earlier, so I lost my train of thought. I feel like we've not got enough money to buy. Woodrow, he scored a goal! Hey! One of the most bizarre goals we'll score this season, but we'll take it. It's another goal for him. He's been a really solid player so far this season for us. We've only got enough money to buy one player in January, potentially at most, if not loans. Whether or not we need to buy anybody else, because I'm trying to weigh up the balance of if any player I buy in January, please clear that, in January, will they really make a significant difference to us to make the investment in them worthwhile compared to what I've already got? Because anything I buy has to be better than what I've already got, or potentially what I've got coming back in the likes of Stecklenburg, Mitroglou, the left winger. I can't say his name. The left winger, who's out on loan at, I think it's Copenhagen. So whenever, when those guys come back, they're real game changers for us. They're going to be huge players to come back for next season, which I still expect to be in the Championship. So can you imagine Mitroglou, Stecklenburg in the Championship? They're going to make our team so much better. So I've got to weigh up, will the signings I make be better than what I've got coming back or already have in the squad? So if we do multiple votes, we're going to, that's with a view of buying multiple players in January, which we don't, maybe not need to do, maybe can't afford to do, or maybe it's just pointless. So maybe the voting is going to be more for the summer, where I do tend to make significant changes to my team most summers, particularly in the early years while I'm still shaping my squad. So maybe the Mason, good save, although it's straight at him. Maybe January will be maybe one vote to sign one player from you guys' recommendations. I've scouted everyone you've recommended so far, and I still think. Well, my goal at the start was potentially another centre-back to replace Fernando if he had gone to Swansea, but that didn't materialise, so Steve Cook was the option from Bournemouth, but he's actually just signed a new contract. But I was looking at him, he did look pretty good, and I think I can get him, but I don't know at the moment. Now, maybe I don't need another centre-back at the moment, so we'll have to see. Nearer the time, it's going to be a case of nearer the time. Also, who becomes unhappy? Because unhappiness is already starting to become a big thing for me so far. In my PSG save, a lot of players became unhappy very, very quickly. But that was mostly due to the fact that I had so many starters who could all easily start over each other. And obviously I can only put 11 guys out on the pitch at once. This one is more a case of a bit of having a big squad, but having players like Ross McCormack, who... Fatigue is a real issue. Fatigue is one of the main reasons why players don't play in the team. Although Williams, is that going to count? Who is the offside? It's going to count. George Williams. We're winning 2-1. But fatigue, they're not set to play in the under-21s to get match fitness, and they're not playing in my team, and they're not playing international football. I don't know how players are getting so fatigued, yet they are. So fatigue is... That's one of the main reasons. If a player is around the 90% or below, if they're below 90% or at 90%, I try not to play them. I want ideally in the high 90s, ideally, but that's not always possible, as you guys know. But we have got to win today, 2-1. But because when players are fatigued, they don't play, and if they don't play for a period of time, they become unhappy. Obviously, so it's unhappiness, and then if they're unhappy, they may request a transfer. So lots can happen between now, October 1st, and January. So probably nearer the time, maybe December, I'll do the vote. I think maybe the December episode to prepare for that January transfer window, which will be next week now. Will it be next week? Yes, it'll be next week. So when next week, so that'll be when I do the January transfer window. But 2-1 today. We won a game, beaten Bolton Wanderers. We are now 8th in the table. And just to have anyone's curiosity, we'll look at the Premier League, see what the Premier League's doing at the moment. And you can see we're now about 10 minutes. So I will probably wrap up this video now. Next episode will be against... Who will it be against? Wigan. Will it be Wigan? Yes, it'll be Wigan. We're going to play Wigan in the next episode, so I'll see you guys next time.